I've noticed that Ireland has an incredible sort of social, charitable consciousness anyway, but during the pandemic, it really has been amazing.
COVID has brought out an awful lot more of that wasn't there before.
It's given me a real purpose throughout the week to do something for the community and give something back to people, and people who this is affecting the most, this pandemic.
It's been a really crazy year for everybody worldwide with COVID, but to be honest, the craziness started for us last year. My son got diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a cancer of the lymph system, and our lives literally just got turned upside down overnight. I remember so many occasions driving home from Crumlin, on a wet, windy winter night, and I just find dinner on my doorstep. I don't know how it got there, I don't know who delivered it. That really left me with a sense of wanting to give back and just to support somebody else the way we had been.
I was employed as a pilot up until March of this year doing international flights, and with all the coronavirus pandemic and the closing of borders, I've been out of work since March. I was looking at ways to help out during 2020, and in April I approached Dublin City Volunteer Centre, and then they get back to me and they were explaining about the Cabra Library book delivery project, so delivering books throughout Dublin to people who are cocooning.
With COVID, the numbers then began to accelerate in terms of movements and moving test kits around and getting tests collected from various locations. The HSE contacted our colleagues in Blood Bank Leinster, and they put everything into place in that regard, and they've been basically moving the test kits and the samples, both test kits off and collecting samples and dropping off to the various testing facilities. The chances are that for the bulk of the COVID tests, Blood Bank has been involved in the background moving them.
When you meet someone who's been isolating for so long and they just want to have a chat with you, it's really a great feeling to give them that moment.
I met a woman over the summer. She has a professional corporate background, but just through random circumstances, she found herself in COVID, unable to put food on the table, and she had an 18-month-old. She was on her own. So although we hear about the vaccine and we hear the end is in sight, some of the circumstances people have found themselves in will not correct themselves overnight. And I really hope that we see a continued uptake in volunteers.
When they hear you're a volunteer, they turn around and say, "What do you mean a volunteer? Like, who pays for you?" No, we're a volunteer. There is no pay.